Alright guys, so today we're going to be painting facial features. It's important that you paint the whites of your eyes first because they need as much time to dry as possible. If you try to paint the color of your eyes on top of the wet whites, you're going to wind up having this weird mix of colors and it's just not going to look the right way. So, you paint the whites of your eyes, then you paint your nose, your mouth, your eyebrows, and finally once the whites of your eyes are totally dry, that's why I have this dashed line here, you paint the color of your eyes. So here I have the example from the last video on how to paint in the facial features and how to paint in your face. So now with a tiny brush, we were using a medium brush before, but now with a tiny one, you're going to get white. And you need to remember that going across your face, you can fit 5 eyes. So your eyes are actually relatively small. So I'm going to paint in the football shapes of my eyes. If you paint your face too large, or your eyes too large, you can just take your skin tone and just edit them down a little bit. Notice I'm not using that much paint on my paintbrush at once. Remember that your eyes are football shapes. And yes, it might look a little ominous right now or a little weird, but when your face is totally dry and you actually have the color of your eyes, it'll all make sense. So then I'm going to take just a little bit of dark brown, washed out my paintbrush, and I'm going to do my nose. I'm actually going to do it above that shadow, and then so it was a semicircle going up, and then semicircle on the sides. So that's what my nose is going to look like. And then I'm going to paint in my mouth. Since I have brown as the color of my hair, I can actually take this time before washing out my paintbrush to paint in my eyebrows. If you have too much water in your paintbrush, your colors are going to be very watery, like mine just was. So, eyebrows have arches. Alright, so I painted in my eyebrows. Now wash out my paintbrush. And gentlemen, your lips tend to be more brown than girls. Girls, your lips tend to be more pink. And the shape isn't really different. The difference is pretty much just the color. So, I'm going to make sure I paint the lips above the shadow, because the shadow is created by the lips. Give your person some expression. And then I'll paint in my bottom lip. Bottom lips tend to be smaller than the top lip and tend also to be darker. So I'm going to wash out my paintbrush and I'm going to take the dark brown again. I'm going to make my bottom lip darker. If you want to add things like highlights to your lips, make them look a little shiny, you just take your white and just put a little bit of a highlight on them. You do things like that. So once the whites of your eyes are totally dry, then you paint in your eyes. So mine are still going to be a little bit wet, but there's a good chance that you should paint in all the base colors of your face, then paint some more of your clothing, then come back and paint your facial features, and at the very end of class, paint in the color of your eyes. So I'm going to get the color of my eyes now, and I'm going to paint them in. See that this one's too wet right now? So it's starting to mix. So be careful with that. And when you paint this in, if you think that it looks too large, should also make your eyes even. You can take that skin tone and just make them smaller. So this was how to paint your facial features. Remember, whites of your eyes first, nose, mouth, eyebrow, and finally the color of your eyes. If you want to add things like eyelashes on top, by far more than welcome to. might want to use a dark blue instead of a black, because it'll look better. All right.